A good teacher is going to be somebody who sees beyond the child sitting in their classroom, who sees into that child's future and can shape them to become responsible men and women and successful men and women. Somebody who's going to take what they have and mold and create and manipulate in order to produce a successful being. That's a good teacher.
I think that what makes a very good teacher is just that innate love of children. If a teacher doesn't love the children and really believe that the children can and will learn from them, then I don't believe that that teacher is going to be successful.
Good high school teachers, great high school teachers, first and foremost care about their kids. They obviously know content. That's not ever going to be an issue. Great teachers, that's second nature to them. But they care deeply about the kids that they work with, and they know their students individually. They know exactly what makes each kid tick, and they know how to reach all of them.
Teaching is all I've ever wanted to do. I come from a family of teachers several generations deep. It's in my blood. It's who I am. It's my contribution to my community, to my country. It's a way of building stronger, healthy kids to build stronger, healthy communities.
He's producing the greatest product of our society today. We are manufacturers. We are making something, and Brian is producing a top-notch quality product.
I think that Brian has a very strong belief in education as the means to further his students, to help them succeed. What I see in Brian is a great enthusiasm for his students.
He always inspired me to do the best that I could, and anytime I had any questions about anything, or there was something I didn't understand, even in a different class, he would help me out with it. And anything, he always said, you can do it, you'll get it done, everything will be fine. And he won't let you give up on yourself, and he won't give up on you.
Just when you talk about Mr. Grimm, when you think about Mr. Grimm, he makes you smile. You can't help but smile when you see him. You can't help but he makes your heart just soar, and he brings that out in students. He has brought it out in Adam to a degree that honestly I didn't know was in him, and he could have easily gone by the wayside. He could have been overlooked. He could have stayed in classes that would not benefit him the way being in the mainstream classes were.
Thinking that there's nothing you can't do. He is the most focused person I know as far as these are goals. This is where you want to be. How are you going to get there? And the road may not be straight. We can, MapQuest our career, and it's going to say high school, 4 years of college, master's degree, but there might be all sorts of side turns that are wonderful experiences, and Brian does that.
He can take a student who may not be able to find another place where they can function fully. He can take a student who has been coming from a place that is not the ideal situation and create a successful person out of that student. He has the ability to get involved in their lives, to get involved in their academia, to get involved in every aspect of their person and take them to the next level.
Rogers, my kids, my job is part of my soul. It's part of who I am. I know that sounds incredibly corny, but that's the reason I get up every morning, is because, as selfish as it sounds, I get so much more from them than they do from me every day. I know that I got the better part of the contract, but quite honestly, it becomes part of who you are. These kids are real, they're authentic. They understand that, that there's a world out there that's going to demand incredible things from them, and they're thirsty for the skill set that's going to help them be successful in that world.
Teachers need to have this gigantic tool belt of methodology and curriculum and ideas to pull out, as well as the knowledge of how children learn. So it's a very all-encompassing thing that they have to do. But first and foremost, the teacher has to love those kids and love learning in them.
But he's also the most enthusiastic, the most energetic, the most eager to try anything that will work with his kids teacher that I've ever seen. He is not afraid to do anything it takes to make it happen for his kids.
I don't know why, but you just have to love Mr. Grimm. His attitude, his way of just existing is spectacular.
He brings so much fun into being around him, so I know his classroom has got to be fun. And we usually think of teachers as, you know, the one who keeps everything in order, keeps the rules, keeps the books counted and stacked. But Brian does it with a sense of humor.
When your child in high school comes home at, 16 and can go on and on about a teacher, then you know there's something there with that teacher.
He seems to know personally those children, what they like, what they need. And he has an affinity, I think, also to excite that learning in children. He's very exciting, very motivating when you listen to him speak.
I cannot think of a place where my role is more valued. I have an incredible principal who believes in developing the leadership capacity of our campus, and she's given us all such a charge for leadership, such a charge for a new direction, and she wants us to think about what kind of ripples we're going to make in the lake every single day.
He's just, a wonderful human being. He really is. The fact that he has made Adam think that he can do anything he wants to do has meant more to me as a parent than I can even express.
I think he will be the best Oklahoma Teacher of the Year ever. And I'm so proud to be in his cheering squad.
Our students help us stay jazzed, even though it's tough sometimes in the middle of February when you haven't had a break and you know that coffee just isn't cutting it. But she helps us, and our students help us push every day, because there's no contribution more valuable than the 185 days you have in the life of a child.
He's got it. Whatever that magic thing is that teachers have, he has got it.
Brian, I've literally seen more than 10,000 teachers in my life teach classrooms. Brian's the single best teacher I've ever seen in my life. He is absolutely, bar none, the best teacher I've ever seen, and he deserves everything he gets.